Hello and welcome to the official Loch Ness Monster fan club. Today we are doing a Q&A answering all your juicy questions about Loch Ness Monster. So let's begin. Sophie Turish asked, are there still sightings? Yes, there are. There's been 7 so far this year. So yes, plenty of sightings of Nessie, which nicely leads me in to my second question. It's me, obviously, asked, when was the last sighting of Nessie? So, as of today filming, the last sighting of the Loch Ness Monster was on the 31st of August 2023. That is the 7th sighting of the year, as I said. Very exciting, very active. Next question. Jack Clifford O'Con asked, when was the first documented sighting of Nessie? So, roll it back. 565 AD, St. Columba went over to Scotland to Inverness, where in River Ness he met the sea serpent who had been terrorising the locals. He gallantly fought it off and recorded it in his book. So that there is the first ever sighting of the Loch Ness Monster. Now, it is key to note that prior to 1933, the Loch Ness Monster wasn't called the Loch Ness Monster or Nessie. It was called a sea serpent, the mythical creature. There wasn't a set name. So that is why the sea serpent of 565 AD that terrorised the locals was the first sighting of the Loch Ness Monster. Next question. Theo asked, do you think Nessie has merfolk friends? Like mermaids? Okay, right. So, one theory is that Nessie could be a kelpie, and that is a mystical creature that comes out of the water, showing itself to be a horse-like creature that entices a human to touch it, then it grabs it into Loch Ness, eats its soul and sells it to the devil. So, with that being one theory of a mythical creature in Loch Ness, the options are pretty endless, and Nessie could have merfolk friends. But if that was Nessie to be a kelpie, I'd be slightly worried if I was one of them. So who knows? The options are endless. There could be some in there. Old Lady 84 asked, best place for a potential sighting? There was a study done of all the sightings of the Loch Ness Monster that worked out the most sighted place for Nessie, and that is actually Urquhart Castle, Urquhart Bay. So if you wanted the best opportunity for spotting Nessie, that might be the place to go. Or in general, just go to Loch Ness. And if you're not fortunate enough to get to Loch Ness, do not worry. There's another option for you guys. There's webcams that roll 24/7 images of Loch Ness in multiple different locations. So fear not, Nessie spotting isn't just for people at Loch Ness, it's for anyone. So check it out if you want to go and see her. Our next question comes from Ali84, who asked, what do you think would happen if it was found? I think a lot of the non-believers would feel a bit stupid, to say the least. But if you are a believer, I'm gonna quickly drop in our Patreon. That is where you can join the official Loch Ness Monster fan club, and it's linked down below. So do come and join us if you're a big fan of Nessie too. On Keyblade asked, hear any stories of people spotting Nessie on land? Yes, there have been some famous sightings of Loch Ness Monster outside of Loch Ness, and one was by a couple called Mr. and Mrs. Spicer, whereby they said they saw Nessie crossing the road in front of them. But the biggest question there is, why did Nessie cross the road? Not too sure, but apparently it really scared them and she went back into the loch afterwards. Moving on to Rochelle with the next question. She asked, is there a club for catching the monster? You won't actually believe the answer to this one, but that is very illegal. There are wildlife protection laws in the UK, and the Loch Ness Monster is actually protected by those laws. So absolutely no, there is no club for catching Nessie, but there's a fan club, which is us. So if you love the Loch Ness Monster, come join us. But do not capture her, because it's very, very illegal. With our next question, we are slightly being outed when Ethan asked, have I personally seen Nessie? We're going to move on to the next question now. So Spooky Lukey asked, do you think there is more than one Nessie? I do, because for there to be so many sightings over such a long period of time, that would only kind of correlate with there being a population of Nessies. So yeah, I think there's actually a family of Nessies in Loch Ness. And moving on to our final question from Sure Why Not 12346. He asked, will this be the year the beast is found? Now, your guess is as good as mine. We've had 7 solid sightings of Loch Ness Monster this year, and year on year we get more sightings of Nessie. Each year we build further evidence towards what is this mystery at Loch Ness. So yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I just hope we continue to learn more about Nessie. So guys, that was our final question, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment some more questions, and make sure you subscribe for any future videos about the official Loch Ness Monster fan club. I've been Paige, the person behind the videos, and I'll speak to you next time, guys.